Listen, today, guys, we've manifested at least part of this episode by talking about it for 40 calendar years. Are you guys ready? It took
I don't think
Grandpa
they are.
to put this into motion. So
It wasn't me.
take it
It
away.
was some people on YouTube.
Sure, however, I will say this has been somewhat of a running joke for a while. And you were like, you know what? I think we should actually talk about it. So, take it away. Tell them what's up.
Hold on, I gotta pull my nuts up.
I thought you said my nuts. Hold on, I gotta pull my nuts up.
Granddad's gotta get comfortable in his drawers.
Granddad needs a pair of those undies with the ball hanger in them.
Oh my god, the hammock.
You seen that?
The ones you tuck them in.
I need to know how. I need to experience those. Listen, they perplex me. Are they comfortable? Listen, if you have that equipment and you're comfortable sharing, tell me if it's comfortable. Well, Bob, tell us about your balls.
Merch.
Oh, God, yeah! Oh, shit.
What's
we're no
the
longer
image going to be for that?
Just the most gratuitous nutsack you've ever seen.
I will always be send us your teeth. You can be tell us about your balls.
Listen, I've thought many times, if we're going to say send us your teeth, there's going to be someone who sends teeth at some point.
I'm cool with that.
I hope you open that because it would end me. So
yeah, I hope I open it too.
I would be out. I'd be done. I'd evaporate. However, if someone wants to tell me about their balls, that's fine. So
balls horrify me, bro.
Dude,
if you stare at them for a long time, they like squish up.
It's like that concept of like a particle behaves differently when it knows it's being observed.
Yes. So do balls.
Like they just kind of, they're looking. God. I hope that this hasn't grossed you guys out listening to, but I think what we're about to talk about, if that didn't do it, this might. Yeah. Or you make it all the way through and you're just, you're very resilient and I commend you for it. They commented on our witchcraft is political and the meaning of spiritual meaning of ants. Ann Rogers says, this was very interesting. I'm counting down the days until we get an episode covering a whole lot of stories about toenails, spells and ingredients related to toenails, a whole toenail witch fest, if you will. Doesn't that sound exciting to y'all? And then they commented again on the Waba update episode.
Yes.
This is not me hoping for an update teasing the toenail episode.
Here's 3 months ago on mine from the Silly Surfer. Not toenail themed, but interesting nonetheless. But then the original one. The original person who requested this is TheKetchupPanther, who is the account you need to go check out for that trailer. They're the first ones, and they just responded to them. They were like, we stand together in this waiting period, friend. To the person about
now. See, I'm wondering if we should even talk about this because this feels like a good thing. This feels like a good content bait is to constantly just wait for people to comment about how much they want the toenail info. Our full episode
and they just have to listen to every episode.
yeah. And every title of every episode from now on is like, maybe this is it. Okay, so it's not our full episode, but we are talking toes.
If I could find more information about it, this would have been an actual topic, but there's just not very much about it.
Well,
I'm talking about toenails.
We're the only podcast brave enough to do so. We're the only podcast brave enough to do this.
TheKetchupPanther, this is for you.
This is your fault, is what you meant. But taglocks are a thing.
Uh-huh.
And if you're not familiar, you actually explained to me what this was. So can you give us a little info on what that is? What a taglock?
A taglock is something that you can use as part of sympathetic magic, where you are trying to is for something that's coming for you specifically, and you're trying to like redirect them. It's like a juke and jive. Oh, look at it. Here's a little fake me over here. And it's the toenails because it has your DNA. And you hide it somewhere in a witch bottle far away from your house. But close enough that if they're looking for you, it sort of might be you. And then your wards are hiding you. And that thing is out in the open. And then they get sucked in the witch bottle.
Yeah. Oh, shit. And then they turn into a toenail. I like how you immediately went to protection. Like, and I was like, I could put this in like a money jar, dude. Put my toenails in there and then the money will know where to come. Me. My toenails.
Oh. I'm not going to use my toenails for that.
Well, you can use toenails, I guess, in the place where you would use things like your hair, your regular fingernails, spit, blood, clothing, anything else. You know, it's a part of your eyelashes, your teeth.
So that's why we want everybody to send them to us.
Yeah, we're going to use your teeth, dude, as protection around our properties. That's awful. I'm kidding.
So I actually got some information about it. Why do we have nails at all?
I've wondered because we don't use them for like defense or attacking. They're just kind of flimsy. They're just here.
So they used to be for defense, hunting, climbing, like cats. They evolved as we developed our digits and how sensitive our fingers are, because this is how we do a lot of things. All these nerve endings and these little bones in our hands and feet, the nails stayed. I just realized how dirty my nails are. Sorry. A little gross.
Yeah, that's fine.
But they stayed to be protection for those little parts.
I guess if you're like fighting a baby, that would be helpful.
Well, it's like also where they scrape DNA if you've been attacked.
Oh, that's true. That is, yeah, that's the thing. Scratch, which is horrible that you even have to say that, but yeah.
So like you said, you can use it. Yeah. You can use it as as a taglock, but you can also use it. One thing I saw was to change or sway someone's path, because how do you get along a path? With your feet. So you can make their toenails aim where you want them to go.
You just point them like little crescent moon shaped arrows at something,
I guess.
Cool.
A little trail.
A little, yeah. Aww.
You have to draw a map of where you want them to go, and then you just set out the toenails.
like Hansel and Gretel. They're way there, but with toenails.
Except the worst version of it.
Yeah, except you do still eat them, of course.
The children, not the toenails. I mean, maybe.
I'm into toenails, but yeah, definitely the children. That was never a question. I'm eating them. Putting them in the oven? You kidding me? I am the witch in that story. My house is made of candy and I'll eat your kids.
So there are some legends, not legends, there's some suggestions on how you can use it. If you cut your fingers and toenails and some of your hair on Samhain, you bury it beneath a rock to banish your sins. That is from that's from Irish folklore, and I found it on Lora O'Brien's website.
Okay.
Which stupidly I didn't write down. I think it's Irish Magic School or something like that. Irish Pagan School, maybe? I don't remember. We'll link that below too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other cultures believe that you need to save all hair and nail trimmings in order to be complete for resurrection after death.
That's
a lot.
Spooky.
So do their parents save them when they're like babies and kids? Do your parents save all that stuff for you?
I once read a thread on Am I the Asshole on Reddit where a girl was
teddy
mad.
Bear hair.
Yes. Did I tell this? I'm sorry. But yeah.
Yes, I think so. That's the worst. You should tell it again because we got new people.
So there was a story where a guy, I guess this was tradition in their family, so maybe this is a cultural thing. I've never heard of it, so I'm not sure. Let us know. But his mother saved all his childhood haircut hair and put it into a teddy bear, like stuffed a teddy bear with it. And then when he grew up, got married and had a child of his own, gave that teddy bear to the child. And the mom, who was not a part of this cultural, like she wasn't a part of this discussion, this is not her background, was really freaked out by this and was like, no, you should probably talk to me about this. And anyway, that's not what we're talking about here. But who do you think is the asshole in that situation? Were they the asshole?
No, I don't think anybody's the asshole.
I think they need to communicate more.
Our glasses match.
I know. We're both wearing the reds. Yours are significantly less reflecting.
Well, that's because I specifically bought them for this. And they live in here with this computer.
That's nice to have a home.
Well, I think that, I don't think it's a cultural practice, because if it was, they would have other ones to demonstrate with, and they did not. They just had that one lady who is obsessed with her son.
Yeah, I think she just wanted to keep her son's hair. I don't know, man. I think that if we're talking about, listen, if we're dipping a toe, dipping a toe. If we're dipping a toe into, like, I'm trying to be careful with, I'm going to speak very plainly. If we're dipping a toe into taking other people's stuff because we're trying to, say, target that person, I'm just saying if that's your bag. I suppose toenails would be an easy thing to get because, most people do clip their toe. I mean, it's easier
just
than
leave them in the living room floor.
Yeah. You see somebody clipping their toenails, not putting them away. You gather their toenails, put it in a jar, and do a spell to make them put their toenails in the trash can from that point on. That's what the spell would be. That's horrific.
Don't do that. Pick your toenails up.
Have you ever found a nail? And I don't mean a press-on nail because that happens all the time. Have you ever just found a nail that someone lost at some point?
Only my cats.
I've been at the laundromat and you open a dryer and there's a toenail sticking there. It's nope, not that one. Not gonna use that.
Nope, that has not happened to me. Thank God.
So
I would have to leave that entire laundromat. Because which washer did they use?
Oh, God. You know what? I'm so glad that happened a really long time ago because I didn't think of that. And if I would have now, I would have combusted. Laundromats are kind of gross, dude. If you really, first of all, they're gross on the surface. Second of all, if you think about them, just in general, they're kind of gross. Mm-hmm. Everybody's panties and ball-holding boxers. Anyway,
Blood.
I don't want to think about it. Anyway.
Now that no one's listening to this episode except those three people.
We're just really into it. What about this? I have ideas. Yeah.
I have a toenail cutting spell.
You do?
Uh-huh.
Go for it.
It's not mine, but... So, well, it's not, I don't know. Spell is in quotes.
Now you're walking
Cut them on Monday, cut them for health. Cut them on Tuesday, cut them for wealth. Cut them on Wednesday, cut them for news. Cut them on Thursday, a new pair of shoes. Cut them on Friday, cut them for sorrow. Cut them on Saturday, see your true love tomorrow. Cut them on Sunday, the devil be with you all week.
I love that he steps in for just a week. He's like, all right, here we go. Remind me to
what
never
is that,
cut my
labor?
toenails.
You're not supposed to work on Sundays or something? Because it is hard to reach your feet sometimes.
The worst one is Wednesday. Because I understand there could be good news, but I don't want to cut my toenails on Wednesday for news. News is generally bad. I don't want any news. Thank you.
Have
never
you
cut
heard
my
the
toenails.
News?
Have you heard the good news? I'm not cutting my toenails anymore.
This is the toenail episode.
What's the longest you've gone without cutting your toenails? Let us know in the comments.
Please don't.
Wowee. Let us know though in the comments or over on our Facebook or what have you. Who gives a shit? Let us know what your idea for toenail use is. What would you, if you had to, somebody gave you an empty jar and some toe clippers and they were like, clip your toenails, you have to use them in a spell. What would you do?
Oh.
If they gave you a jar full of somebody else's toenails, what would you do? I need to know.
I would probably throw that away.
Yeah, I would put it in the trash.
It would depend on the person. There's a couple people that I would do baneful magic on with them.
Yeah, it absolutely depends on who it is.
Other than that, I'm probably throwing them out.
I got a few people in mind. I wouldn't ever want to get anywhere near their toenails.
Ew.
I don't
want to get near them, period.
I think we all are on the same page here. But I think if it was just a jar of randos and I didn't know who they are, I would put some like glitter and rosemary in the jar and then be like, you know what, whoever you are, I hope this brings you some kind of happiness, wealth, health, success, whatever you need. And then I would throw the jar away. Or like into a river.
I don't know, glitter sounds like a curse.
Oh God, no, I love glitter.
They're just finding glitter everywhere on them for the rest of their life.
Ruins their life.
One time somebody sold me a lemon and there was nothing I could do about it. And I, to this day, fantasize about sending them a glitter bomb.
Dude, glitter bombs are so fun. I would love to receive one just for fun. Don't send them to us. But like I love glitter. There's no understating how much I love glitter. However, I do like to pretend that the person you accidentally cursed with glitter is like a surgeon with like a happy family and a happy life. And then like he comes home one day. Did you like how I'm assuming the surgeon is a man? Wow. Anyway, comes home one day. The wife is like, what's this glitter? She leaves him. He loses his family. Then he can't perform his job anymore because glitter keeps appearing in the operating room and that's unsterile. And they're like, what are you doing? He loses his job.
He ruined his entire life.
He ruined his entire life. He can't get any assistance because they're like, this man is covered in glitter. He's clearly partying. He gets no help. He can't get jobs because he goes to interviews and he's covered with glitter. And they're like, clearly this man won't even take a shower before he comes in to see us. His life is over. He's done, dude, because of glitter.
OCD at work, everyone.
But then, listen, I have to give it a happy ending. This man finds me, and I love glitter. And we're happy together, and we find him a job that uses glitter.
And makes you a lot of money.
And makes a lot of money.
So you can live comfortably,
Amen.
And then you have even more glitter. Good job. Yeah. Congratulations.
See, there's someone out there for everyone. Just keep looking. Your prince will come.
He'll be covered in glitter.
Ooh.
Like Edward.
Okay. Oh, God. Whoa.
See, I know what the hip kids talk about.
This is the skin of a surgeon, Charlye. Gosh, jeez. Merch. This is the skin of a surgeon. Okay, so the Skyrim stream is actually happening. It is going to be in 2 weeks on a Wednesday, the 3rd of June at 5 p.m. Central Time. So do a little bit of Googling if you are not in Central over at twitch.tv/Charlye_ with a Y that will be linked below. I have gone fully insane. I have started making some custom systems for the stream. There's going to be dice rolling. There's also going to be a Dragon Bones system where chat can influence fate and probably ruin our character's life. If you want to hear more about my relationship with Skyrim and how it made me who I am today and possibly why Wabah wouldn't exist without it, listen to our previous episode and I go off a little bit there. If you don't care about games at all, I get it. I think you still might enjoy this. If you enjoy rainstorms, traveling at night, taverns that are lit with warm fires while it snows outside, camping in the woods, old fantasy books and movies, ghost stories, folklore, winter ambience videos. If you're not into any of that, but you are into putting something on the second screen while you do other stuff, you can slap it up and listen to it and enjoy the vibes while you crochet or put on makeup or play a game of your own. We can do some like parallel play. Also, I want to point out that it is free, and I do believe that I successfully removed the ads. There might be one like at the beginning or something. I don't know if I can control that. However, huge shout out to Blue for helping me with that, because my technological abilities are much like the barmaids in Skyrim. Anyway, I'm just so excited to do this and have some cozy community and share something that's very important to me and create something that's either, I don't know, deeply emotional or completely unhinged. It could go either way. It could go both ways. That is going to be in 2 weeks. It's a Wednesday the 3rd, June at 5 p.m. CST. Follow me over on Twitch to get like a notification if you're worried about it. And I really, really hope to see you there. So before we jump into our next thing, you sent me a very interesting short right before we recorded, and I want to talk about it before I completely forget about what it was. Okay. So this was from, what was it? Was Instagram, witchhut.quest. We will link them. Mm-hmm. They did, explain the short.
So, it's someone quoting Alan Moore, who did The Watchmen and some other stuff. Yeah. They're talking about delegating up.
That's what stuck out. Yeah. I just wrote my notes, delegating upward. That is such a cool concept. I kind of already do that, but I didn't have a term for it. What is it?
Putting it in God's hands. Kinda. Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah. I think this is the appropriate episode for us to suddenly, say stuff like that, considering what we're talking about here in a moment. To suddenly get real.
You kind of make God your servitor.
Yeah, and you can make anything into an entity, a deity, a god, if you will. This person was talking about how they made, what did she say? Her city?
I don't remember.
I think she said she made like the creative essence of, I want to say, LA. I could be wrong about the details.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think they were talking about making that kind of a deity, and you can make anything into a deity should you want to, and you can therefore create an altar and leave offering. And what did she say about, or what did they say about leaving something imperfect is better
than nothing.
Yeah. That spoke to me. Perfectionism.
Is this religion?
Is this God? You know the meme of the anime guy with the butterfly, and he's like, "Is this religion?"
it's a map like of LA.
yeah. Is this God? Someone make that, please. Thank you. Dude, I feel like they'd love that in LA. People from LA love talking about being from LA. Sorry if you're from LA. No hate. People in Texas do it too. You ever heard a Texan talk about Texas? Oh my God, shut up.
The idea is essentially what we said, in that you're like, hey, help me do this. And then you do it, and you offer what you do as an offer. You put that forward as an offering, and then they help you improve it. And Alan Moore apparently did that and said, hey, help me write this book. Whatever. I don't remember it. I don't know what book it was.
It was a god. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the deity.
Oh, no. Tell me.
If I remember correctly, it was a god that was like a snake with blonde hair, and he said he picked it because it was punk rock.
Yeah.
Like, hell so yeah, bizarre. Dude. Yeah. As somebody who is not particularly religious, I say particularly for some reason, I'm not religious. This feels like it almost heals something in me when it comes to like my weird feelings towards religion. It makes it kind of make a little more sense to me.
Well, shout out to Thekla who reposted this on their stories. That's where I got it. And you will meet Thekla at Anahata's.
If you go and get your tickets now.
Yeah, well, I was talking to you. I know you were talking to me.
Sure. Yeah, sure. But like, I'm also...
Get your tickets to Anahata's, homies.
I want y'all to be at Anahata's. So, yeah, we're going to branch into the main topic, I guess, of today.
Yeah.
Via Kim's brain, secular versus religious witchcraft. And if you are a longtime listener, you remember way back in the day, I always wanted to speak to particularly a Christian witch, because I found it to be so, at the time anyway, I thought it was so polarized, so opposite ends of the spectrum. I know better now, but it was something that did fascinate me. And there are plenty of you guys out there who are non-secular in nature. And I guess we're not looking for a right versus like a wrong answer, because there's no correct way to do it, but
yeah,
we're just talking about it. And it's not a debate, unless you think we're going to debate each other right now.
Well, if we do, cool. I don't think we will.
Yeah, I don't think we have majorly differing opinions on this topic, but it also kind of brings into question what makes something witchcraft.
Oh,
because that can change depending on what secular section you're in, sector. If you are secular, if you're a religious person, the definition of witchcraft can change based on the definition of your religion, I guess.
I think it changes for secular people too. First, let's talk about those two words. So religious perspectives focus on faith, divine authority, i.e. God, and spiritual afterlife. Secular views prioritize worldly, rational, and material matters.
Oh, so non-secular is religious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Thanksgiving is actually a non-secular holiday. Or no, Thanksgiving is a secular holiday.
Because secular means not religious.
Yeah. But okay. I always considered it a religious holiday because I grew up in the South.
Yes.
And what are you who were you thanking for all that shit?
Jesus.
Yeah, of course.
I also want to say right off the bat, and I'm speaking for myself here, when I say God for the rest, in generally, but especially for this episode, I am not particularly talking about anyone. I'm not talking about any like Abrahamic religion or like the Christian God. I'm just referring to a deity, an all-powerful, worshipped religious figure. So there's that. What do you need to say right now, Kim?
Probably would go back and forth.
You're holding that up to your mouth.
That's because it's cool. Like it's chilly and not like I'm hot and this is a nice cool crystal for me to...
She's sucking on her stone.
Yep. Don't put it in your mouth.
You're not supposed to do that.
For people who are not watching, I'm not putting it in my mouth.
She was.
It was on my lips. Like
we're trying to get people here. Kim.
Tell me how wrong I am.
She's one-throating it.
Chili
now
dogging
they're coming. Now she's chili dogging that thing. They're on their way. I can feel them tapping it in right now at waba.com, whatever our website is. It's not waba.com.
It might be.
It's not. Four-letter, like, a four-letter thing. Those are wildly expensive.
So do you consider pagans to be religious? Because I specifically remember you saying, I think I might be a pagan.
Oh, yeah. I think I might be a pagan.
Back in the day.
I personally don't, because I tend to look at the structure of like words and kind of go on that versus like the general vibe they carry, which is probably just something about how my brain is wired wrong. But I know that the term pagan did differently. Thank you. Sorry. I would never have said that to a friend, so I'm not going to say it. Thank you. Yeah, listen to Grandpa. Okay, anyway.
Don't.
Don't take Grandpa's advice. God, no. Back in the day, I remember learning about how when Christianity was kind of on the spread, if you will, pagan was originally just a term that meant non-Christian. It did come to mean like hick from the sticks, doing weird pagan shit out there, witchcraft, ooh, spooky. But like at a certain point, it just meant non-Christian. So for me, I would say paganism is not secular. Wait, what? I would say secular. I'm getting them confused. It's not religious. I'm gonna switch to that.
I'm not gonna use secular either because that always makes me pause and then I sound like I'm stuttering.
What else I do that with is when in plants and gardening is annual versus perennial.
I never know the difference.
I can never remember. My mom's got this trick about, you know how in school they'd call a yearbook an annual?
Okay.
Like the annual's coming out this year. So she would be like, oh, it's an annual. So you get a new one every year. Or I think that's the trick. I even fucked that up.
I don't know. Well, you know what? There's also that thing where they're talking about tornado watches and tacos, and I'm just like, okay, but which one is preparing the taco and which one has the ingredients? I still don't know. I understand the process of what they're saying, but it still doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, someone does. People who live in tornado country do.
I live in tornado country. I'm in Tornado Alley, East Texas, brother.
Are you?
I believe we count. I'm going to Google it.
Okay. This is the most insane episode.
They all are. What are you talking about?
While you Google, what I have is that in early Christianity, paganism referred to religious practices of people who were polytheists, specifically anyone who did not adhere to an Abrahamic religion in the Roman Empire. But then modern paganism, also known as neo-paganism and contemporary paganism, is a range of new religious movements influenced by indigenous beliefs of pre-modern people across Europe, North Africa, and the Near East. If we're talking witches, Wicca is a religion. Not all witches are Wiccan.
Yes. Yeah, but all Wiccans are witches, if I remember how the saying goes.
Are they, though? Because I have heard with people who say they're Wiccans contest that.
Okay, well then I will defer to the Wiccans on that. I remember reading early on.
I agree with you.
What am I? There was like the Venn diagram. It was like all this or this, but only some of this or this. So could be wrong there. But I would view that Wiccan. I would think that witchcraft or spell work at least being pretty integral to that belief system. I mean, maybe I'm being ignorant.
Well, yeah, I don't know how you do Wicca without doing witchcraft of some sort, but apparently some do. I don't know.
You just watch The Craft every day.
I don't even know what that means.
Can I tell you another sidebar rant, another tangent? I've noticed in editing, I don't know if it's the software or if it's our microphones, because we both use like podcasting microphones and they have compression and they naturally will like take what it considers to be background noise out, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Sometimes it will, if we laugh softly, as we generally do, because our laughs kind of come through like, unless I'm screaming like a bird, which anyway, it will like edit out the sounds of our laughs. So a lot of the times it sounds like one of us says something funny or makes a joke, and then there's just 15 seconds of dead air.
Yes, I've noticed that too.
And I don't know how to fix it, so if somebody can help me, I would love for it to not be the world's most unfunny podcast. Shut up if you just said something about that, by the way.
I know how to do it on Audacity, but I don't know how to do it in this.
Same. Yeah.
Okay, so what does deity consist of? What makes it a god? What makes a god? because I often say I am atheist.
Sure.
But I also work with Jupiter and Hecate.
See, that's why I generally defer to agnostic, because I'm like, that is a really tricky one, because I think when we say, like, what is a god? What is God? Listen to us solving this age-old question in like the next hour. Come on.
We're going to be famous.
Yeah. When asking, like, what is a god or God, I typically go to the big ones, you know, thinking about the very, I'm talking about God, the Christian God, Allah. Of course, I can remember no other like monotheistic
Kali, Odin.
deities. Yeah.
Thor. Monotheistic. I don't know about that.
Sure. Yeah. But then, secondary to that, I think would be sort of our more like Norse pagan stuff, because that is what comes to my mind first, because it's either my background or maybe it's inherent racism. So, and then also, or ingrained, anyway. And then after that, that's kind of all I think maybe nature spirits I think of as like little gods, like gods of the forest. Ones. Yeah. Oh, small and forgotten gods.
So here are some things that I think help people think something is a god. Sentience, power,
helps,
worship, number of believers. Are gods actually tulpas or egregores?
Oh.
And I had to look up the difference between tulpa and egregore. Tulpa is usually a thought form created by one person, like a servitor. Egregores are thought forms created by groups of people, like Jim.
I was going to say, is Jim, therefore, a god? Listen, he's got a number of people who believe in him. He exists. He has some kind of power, and I know somebody out there worships him. I do.
Did you see that pillow that I sent you?
Y'all ever seen these anime pillows? You ever been like, gee, what if that could be Jim instead? No, it's better than that, because it's not like a full body thing. They're cute. Yes, I did see it.
They do have full body ones, though.
Oh my god, I want a naked Jim on one.
Oh my god.
Well, tastefully. Listen, okay, tastefully nude.
There's nothing about tastefully with Jim.
Oh no, you can
number
taste
one
him.
And number two. That was it. I don't want to think about tasting Jim at any point.
It's just like opening a bag of instant yeast. Pour it in your mouth.
Stale instant Fritos.
Nom, 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 nom.
Covered in cumin.
Ew. That's such... We call that the crotch rot.
I hate it.
Stale Fritos. Why?
So, speaking on the small and forgotten gods / spirits.
Yes, go on.
Would you call, maybe speak on animism with that?
I think that also falls under... Well, okay, see, because then we kind of get into like what is personal worship, because a lot of people say that they have a very personal relationship with their God, and what does that mean? And can I therefore have my own God that I have? This is really tricky, because the first thing that came to mind is I have this teddy bear that I've had since before I was born. My mom got it at her birthday. What do you, when you shit a kid out, what do they call
baby
that?
Shower?
Baby shower, yeah.
You shit a kid out.
I am very... That's where it comes from, right? I don't know, man. So I'm very attached to this bear, and to me I have put all of my animism ussy into him, and he's a full-blown person. Don't worry about it.
I'm not.
But to me, but he's not a god, even though I do kind of go to him for that delegating upward sometimes because he has become like a spiritual figure to me. It's not a god. What was the original question?
Kind of what do gods
Animism.
consist of, and how does animism play into it? Is soul a higher power?
Is soul a higher power, and can you create that?
Oh.
You know, do the things that you give that you animalistically.
Suddenly we just burst into flame.
Yeah, this episode never goes out. If you're hearing this, we didn't get smited. Now I'm just taunting. Jesus. But like, can you, if you do create, say, if it is a thought form that you create, or it's something that exists, like this, like my barking dog, like this Diet Coke can here, if I truly created a relationship, which I'm starting to now, I'm going to put him down. I'm starting to feel like he has feelings. Oh no! Anyway, I can't come away. Shit.
Just that can or all Diet Coke. And you know what you could do?
Gee, I hope not, brother.
You know what you do is you take shit, what do they do in church? Bread and wine.
Pray?
No.
I'm going to mute while my dog barks.
Bread and wine, and they're giving you eat of my body and drink of
body of Christ.
Yeah, what is that called? I can't believe it. I say this
Communion?
every time I interview. Yeah, when you're taking communion, and then it's just Diet Coke.
I could be into that. Listen, if church started suckling out Diet Coke instead of grape juice, well, I love grape juice.
Diet Coke and a Whataburger onion ring.
Am I a Catholic now?
Okay,
It's
real
probably
quick,
fair.
another sidebar.
Sacrilegious?
If we're doing communion for you, what is it?
I was going to ask you the same fucking thing. Okay, brother, it's Diet Coke for sure.
Okay.
It's Diet Coke. It's a crisp, ice cold from McDonald's because they do something special there. Fresh from the fucking fountain, syrup on point, full of carbonation with a straw, burning the throat. That's my church, baby. The body of Christ is more of an intense question for me because my first thought was zebra cake. But what if it's just a slice of pizza?
A whole slice. And you just sit in church with a can of
body of
Coke
Christ.
and a piece of pizza.
Like it's like Wednesday night church and you're a kid.
Watching Virgin River.
Yeah! Come to our church! Come to our church! We got to start this church so we get tax exempt. Come on.
And on Sundays, you watch Twilight. Or Lord of the Rings.
Okay, listen. Both religious experiences for me. What about you? What is your communion?
Sweet tea. And Carolina barbecue.
Particularly what barbecue?
Eastern
Pork?
Carolina barbecue.
Chicken? No,
Yes.
I mean like... yes.
Chicken.
Yeah.
Well, I just heard pork. Specifically
ends.
Barbecue. No. Barbecue hut. A little like corner of a sandwich. It's not, it's a round sandwich, but you know, they cut it in like a pizza.
Oh.
And you get a little bite of it. Oh, so good. Oh my God.
You get a little bite of it? You get a little bite of it?
Or you go through line like a lunch lady and they just flop it into your mouth.
So I'll take that. I don't want it to be... Did you ever watch Midnight Mass?
No.
Okay.
And I listened to it
Mass,
and I thought, no, thank you. I mean, I listened to you guys talk about it and then I thought,
hey,
I
thanks. I appreciate the support. But in it, when they're depicting communion, they have the gold chalice. And listen, I've seen it done places where they give you your individual little cup. But in this, it was more of an old school way where you drink off the cup and then they wipe it and then they give the next person a drink and then they wipe it. And I'm like, y'all all have COVID. Yeah.
And probably herpes.
You're gonna, that cold sore popping up any day. Which, hey, like, listen, it happens. But what was the question?
I don't know.
Church.
Is the higher power?
Wow.
Is that what we were talking about?
Is there a God? We were solving that question, yeah. And I know that this is far from an original thought, and I'm not trying to be like a deep edgelord here, but like, do you think that theoretically, I'm not saying this, I'm not trying to shit on anyone's religion, but do you think that if someone were to create a God, create a religion, theoretically, if people created our Christian God, right, for whatever reason, and then so long went by of people deeply believing in this and praying to and yada yada, does that then kind of create this?
Yeah.
In some form? I
That's
still don't believe that
what I
we're,
think.
like, making hell or like making it like some absolute religion, but I do think it is there's perhaps an entity created out of this.
That's how egregores work.
Whoa.
Well, it's like, what is that thing that is written by someone we don't acknowledge anymore, and it was an Amazon show and everybody loved it, about the angels and
it's Good Omens.
Yeah. Like that, it's a contest, and whoever ends up with the most souls at the end wins.
Neil Gaiman.
Never heard of him.
I was like, J.K. Rowling?
Who? Irrelevant.
I just heard. Go on.
It's like a contest. Whoever ends up with the most souls wins.
Oh,
like,
God,
why are people who go door to door to try to get you to go to their church, why are they doing that? Because they get Jesus points to go to heaven, right?
I think that ultimately, maybe, and this might be personal bias speaking here, ultimately maybe, but I think that they very much believe or think they believe, or they're told to believe, that they're doing it to save that person because they want people to experience what they know they are going to experience. But I think underneath it, it's perhaps a little bit of I get Jesus points for this. Not everyone.
Okay, if they were trying to do good things, why are they so fucking nasty about it?
That's the age-old question.
I'm not asking you, but
attacking me for being nasty. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the age-old question. I don't know. I could easily sit here and be like, how come half of the Southerners, way more than half of the Southerners I've ever met, have never cracked the Bible open, but seem to become an expert on it when they want to tell you what to do?
That's wild.
You know, like, the same kind of thing. At some point, we're making our own rules.
I kind of wonder if more people who are not Christian, who are tired of talking to Christians about trying to be told something by a Christian, I wonder if I'm going to say we, because I'm one of these people, have read more of the Bible than the people who are trying to tell us how to live, because we're forced to.
Sure. I think that I have, because I'm not saying more than most. I'm just saying I, as someone who is not a Christian, I have read good chunks of the text because I am fascinated by it. I'm very interested by it. And that goes for several. I went through a stint in high school where I was like reading any religious text I could get my hands on. Anyway. Just one hand absorbing it. And not that I'm trying to sound like a pompous asshole, but like a lot of the times you do hear people say things and you're like, I know for a fact that's not what it says. You know, and then you factor in
translations,
stuff like translations,
versions,
and different editions, and all the time, and then like the stuff that has been found that's in museums, but they're like also like, we're not going to put that in the new version.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Things get quite muddy.
So that brings me back to the question: if you were creating this deity finger quotes. If you're creating this egregore, is that religion? If we go up to what makes religion, faith, divine authority, and spiritual afterlife. We're not really getting into spiritual afterlife.
Could you create a spiritual afterlife just by believing in it?
Because I mean, you can tell yourself you do.
Souls and stuff.
I think that's what they do when they're talking about heaven.
Sure. I mean, yeah,
do I believe in heaven or hell? No.
I for sure don't believe in hell. But I do believe that, because I believe in ghosts. So I find it hard to like believe in ghosts, but also not believe in something.
Exactly.
After, you know? And it's like, can you create your own place that your consciousness goes because you believed it so hard? I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out.
I learned a new way to think about the afterlife yesterday.
I'm scared.
And it was on freaking Mythical Kitchen, bro.
Oh.
You need, and I know yesterday's episode was really good.
I know Trevor wasn't on it because you
thank God. Oh my God, because I would have rapidly texted you about
you would have been like, I still hate Trevor!
Fucking Trevor!
His wet hair!
And his stupid voice and his cough. God, I hate him so much. I hate him.
Dude, there is nothing like a persistent cough to make you get annoyed at someone.
So, anyway, it's called the soup something theory. I don't know.
Okay.
But when you are born, it's like someone ladles the soup into you as your soul.
Oh.
And when you die, you go back into the pot.
So it's all like an amalgamation, and we're all contributing to the greater experience.
I found it really comforting because one of the things that really upsets me is when I think about that quote from Blade Runner about all these moments will be lost like tears in rain, and I almost cry, and Rutger Hauer is amazing. But that's something that really bothered me because I have all these moments that are so good, and it makes me really sad that they'd be lost forever. But if we're the soup, it's not lost.
Yeah.
And everybody can experience it.
Exactly. And in fact, not only is it not lost, but you get to share it with the greater soup consciousness.
And maybe that's what I believe now, just because it makes me feel better, whether it's true or not.
I think that's 90% of belief. Any belief, your belief, my belief, whatever. I think a lot of it is comfort because death is so inherently scary. You know,
what is comforting about life? What's comforting about the God hates support people?
I think,
and I know they're mostly money, but some people actually do believe it.
Oh no, sure, and I have met, unfortunately, many of those people. I'm not saying that they were members of the Westboro Baptist Church, but
I couldn't remember
share
that.
A lot of.
I would have said that if I could.
I think that they're deeply hateful people for one reason or another. And maybe it's because they were raised that way, and maybe it's because they are small.
But if we're talking about what comforts them,
I think the hate. I think that literally the hate. I think the hate of I am better than these people.
Okay, that's just unfathomable. I'll just have to accept that I'm not going to understand that. I
think that's a good thing, Kim. I think that not understanding that is wildly good. Yeah. It sucks. I'm gonna tear up. My face is getting red. My body's having a reaction. Don't look at me.
What does witchcraft look like without higher power or a deity?
I think we have plenty of witches that subscribe to neither of those things. Yeah. I mean, it can be science, you know? I mean, it can be the very woo-woo, like the earth is energy. It doesn't have to have a deity. We have plenty of people who don't work with deities. You know?
Part of the reason that I say atheist is because I have a problem defining God. And the biggest most prominent experience with God is God with a big G from the Bible.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason that there's my butthole tightens when someone says God, regardless of who they're talking about. I get a little
me too,
spiky. Yeah.
So can I say I'm atheist because I don't believe in God with a big G as interpreted by the Bible, but I still work with Hecate and Jupiter?
Well,
because I don't consider them gods, but they are higher powers, and I accept the term higher power.
Well, sure. I guess it comes down to how you interact with the word, because some people would consider that theism, So
exactly.
No, you can't be atheist because a is a lack of if you consider those, but you don't. So therefore, I think that can be an appropriate.
It's kind of like people who say they aren't witches, but in my eyes, they are doing witchcraft, which makes them witches.
Yeah. Which is the thing is, and I share that with you because I look at a lot of specifically Catholicism practices, and I'm like, that's witchy as hell, but then I start to think about people viewing people as doing witchcraft, whether or not they say they aren't, has historically been a problem. So I'm stuck in the middle because on one hand, I'm like, you're a fucking witch. But on the other hand, I'm like, I don't want to burn you.
This is where I wish we were doing a radio show where people could call in because I want to hear other people's opinions.
Yes. Well, please, guys, we welcome a civilized, please, let's be chill, conversation about this on our Facebook page or in the comments or whatever.
Please come to the Facebook page because it's hard to interact on Spotify.
Oh, okay.
It's also not particularly safe because everybody can see you and attack you.
Right. Physically, psychically.
And at least we try to protect you in our Facebook
have mods. Group. Yeah. That's true. That's true. And then as far as YouTube, which by the way, we have a YouTube channel if you want to look at our matching glasses while we talk, where I don't know. It's just me and Kim that can delete or look at comments and I don't give a shit, man. So yeah, go to Facebook. Our mods work very hard, very consistently. And thank you guys. I'm saying thank you to the mods specifically, right?
Yes, you guys rock. And also they are not the mods for anything to do with Patreon.
Sure. So looking at this from the other side quickly, I guess, as somebody who is either, I don't care for whatever reason. Maybe they're religious, maybe they're super scientific, whatever. They don't believe witchcraft. They don't believe in magic. They don't believe blah, 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 blah. I think that, or actually, no, that's a different point. I'm so sorry. I'm misreading my own notes. Secular witches, so non-religious witches. I think it's very interesting when I meet a witch that holds the belief of magic is placebo with a purpose. Because I have met people who are like, I call myself a witch. I do workings, but I don't know if I necessarily believe it's doing things to the energy. It's really, that's interesting. I didn't know that about
But if a placebo works, I don't care if it's real.
See, that's the thing. If a placebo works, okay. Some people look at it as just intense, nervous system regulation, or meditation with extra steps. There's also this aspect of reclaiming your own autonomy. And there is the very TikTok popular phrase, spicy psychology, which I don't like when spicy is attached to anything, but, I get what you're saying.
I like neurospicy.
See, I don't like neurospicy.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you.
I didn't know that. I'm glad you told me.
Feel free to say it. No, see, that's the thing.
There are other fun terms to say that aren't that.
I don't care.
So why would
if someone says it? I don't want to say it.
I'm not going to bother.
I do also feel like I'm the asshole in that situation because people love it. And then I'm just I don't know why.
I don't like the P word. It's fine.
Remember when our friend wrote that or had that word real big in text and showed it to you on accident? They were like, "Hey Kim, look at this," and then they felt really bad. I love our food. Okay, gosh. Do you have to believe in magic for it to work?
I would say most of the time.
Mm.
But if you are like trying to be scientific about it and you're testing out a theory, then you don't know if it works. You just do it and see if it works.
I'm kind of in the middle.
And then if it works, you believe.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I roll.
For me, I was like, this is interesting. And I stayed on the very tangible side, the alchemy, the like, I know that these plants have these properties. We know this because we've seen, studies about it, or at least people have used it in this way for a long time, yada, yada. But it wasn't until I started seeing effects from like the other parts I dipped my toe into, talking to spirit and doing this. Seeing that is what then instilled the belief. I didn't come at it. Jesus. I didn't come at it with, I believe in this, so I'm going to put my energy into it. It was the other way around.
Right.
So, yeah.
When we first moved here, Ken was working for blah, blah company. And
that sounds like a boring company.
And then he got laid off.
Oh. Fuck him.
And so he was looking for a job and he found one that would have been and it was really good for us. And so we did this relatively long-term working with Jupiter. We both did it. And I asked the bees for help. And so every Thursday we would do XYZ. And
shaking
he
your ass
got
for
the
Jupiter?
job. There were a lot of things. We did so much. So many things for this one. Like, it was the biggest working I've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
And he got the job.
Hell yeah.
And so that's one of my examples of build it and they will come, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, truthfully. I did a ritual and then somebody died once. No, I'm not saying I killed them, but I'm saying it did scare the shit out of me.
Did you mean for that to happen?
No.
If you did, then just delete this part.
No, I didn't. I didn't mean. Which, it was just a horrible coincidence. It was just the first time I ever, like, set out, like, an altar cloth and, did candles and things, and then someone dies that day. It felt very like, you shouldn't be doing this.
It would have been the opposite for me. It would have been like, oh,
I can hold on. You know the meme of the dude that's like sticking his, like, leaning out from behind a tree, like rubbing his hand together, like, yeah. All right. Wow. I'm so interested to read what you guys have to say about this and your thoughts and opinions.
I don't know that we got anywhere with this conversation, but it was a fun conversation and an interesting conversation to have.
Oh,
and I
for sure.
do hope that other people join the conversation.
Yes. And I don't feel like we're done here. We are done as far as this episode, but
yeah.
I think that I would really like to think on this, to chew on it, to read what people have to say, and to come back and have a part 2 at some point, because I've got so many more notes here about things to touch on that we didn't get to, but
do you?
Well, like, just general question. Like, here I have, do you think that skepticism can coexist with witchcraft? Just things like that kind of branched off of the... I'm skeptical all the time. I think it's healthy to be skeptical within witchcraft, and to not just believe anything that somebody came along and was like, you can take white sage and do this, appropriative ritual that you don't understand, and just be like, oh, okay, I'll do that, which was very much me 8 years ago.